body.
The outcry against the plan to spray 7 Bay Area counties to stop an apple moth infestation is getting louder by the day. That is despite assurances, even from the governor, that the spray being used is safe. Today, the apple moth controversy landed squarely in the Assembly's Agriculture Committee. ABC 7's Pamela Tom was there.
And I'm very opposed to any kind of spraying.
Hundreds of people made the trip from the Bay Area to oppose apple moth spraying. Some seasoned activists, others simply concerned.
The thought of that being sprayed on us and all over my yard, and my kid's going to be putting his hand in his mouth and toys in his mouth on the grass. It's not supposed to be in water. It's going to be sprayed on Brioni's reservoir. It just doesn't seem like this is something I can sit at home for.
The Assembly Committee on Agriculture considered 4 separate bills about the apple moth.
You will not silence the voices of the people that have concerns here.
Oakland Assembly member Sandre Swanson is calling for voter consent. San Rafael's Jared Huffman supports public hearings. The South Bay's John Laird wants the USDA and the state to plan for invasive species.
Human beings first. This is a pest, as we know. It's been a long time in New Zealand, and they still export apples.
Lonnie Hancock's bill prohibits aerial spraying without a governor's declaration of a state of emergency. Mark Leno's bill was not before the Ag Committee today, but would halt the planned spraying until an environmental impact report is completed.
People are screaming. People are frightened out of their minds. And I think nothing short of his agreeing to have planes fly over his home and his family in Brentwood to show how safe it is will people begin to believe the words that are coming out of the administration.
Would you feel comfortable having this sprayed over your house?
I've been out on all the different sprays this last fall, underneath the sprays with my wife, in fact, and we're very comfortable with the level of safety this spray has.
The spray involves releasing synthetic pheromones to fool male moths and disrupt mating. Agriculture Secretary A.G. Karamura says the method is not new and is effective. Late this afternoon, the Agriculture Committee did pass 2 of those bills through, the one on advanced planning and the one calling for public hearings on the apple moth infestation. The committee also voted against 2 bills, the one requiring voter consent and a state of emergency declaration in order to continue the spraying. I did speak with Assembly member Swanson's office. They said they are going to be looking at their options, but it is too late to introduce a new bill. At the Capitol in Sacramento, Pamela Tom, ABC 7 News.
Okay, Pamela, thanks very much. And another item on this subject, a UC Davis entomologist, the state's plan to eradicate the light apple moth won't work. UC Davis professor James Carey says when an invasion is widespread, there is virtually no way to get rid of it. He says pheromones have never been used effectively in an eradication program, and he calls it a waste of the taxpayers' money. Further, he says the state should be looking at alternatives.
And there are other alternatives. The alternative is that eradication simply is not going to work. There's really no chance at all, but it should be, the strategy should be one of containment.
We've heard about the potential for billions of dollars in damage to crops. Carey also says the moth will cause no more damage than other pests already feeding on California crops.